Hello and a very good morning. Thanks for tuning in for this early morning update that we have for you. And this update comes in from Australia. Well, yes, for all of you who didn't see that mixed double finals, I don't really have good news for all of you right now because the Indian pair of Sania Mirza and Ravi Bopanna have not and Rohan Bopanna, beg your pardon, have not managed to get the result that we all thought that they would in this final against the two Brazilians. They've gone down in the final. 7-6, 6-2 is what the final score reads, and things not going the way the Indians would have expected. Speaking about how the match started, really. Well, it was not the ideal start for the Indian pair because they got broken in the first game itself. But then, just a couple of games later on, they did manage to level the tie. But having said that, they did manage to take a lead as well. So, both the pairs, in fact, to begin with, were a little sloppy because in the first set itself, we saw both of them getting broken twice. So, the Indians weren't quite able to capitalize on that lead that they had managed to establish in that first set. And then you saw the match being taken into the tiebreaker as far as the first set goes. So, and that tiebreaker as well, it was the Brazilian duo that was far superior in that tiebreaker, and as a result, Bopanna and Mirza could just not get their game right in that tiebreaker, and they lost the first set 7-6. Having said that, in the second set, well, the Indians didn't stand a chance at all against the Brazilians, who looked much more confident, and the Indians just got a little sloppy there because there were a couple of volleys that were missed by Sania Mirza. Also, Bopanna also missing out on a couple of forehands. Things that you don't expect at the highest level, but then just a little bit of sloppiness, and that's perhaps what cost India in that final against the Brazilian duo. So it was all Brazil in that second half, in the second set, beg your pardon, and 6-2 is what the scoreline then finally read in the second set. For those of you joining us right now, quick update on the mixed doubles as far as the Australian Open is concerned. The duo of Bopanna and Mirza have lost 7-6, 6-2 in the final, and it was a good run that the Indians had in the final, but then not the ideal end that they would have wanted, especially for Sania Mirza. Remember, she's already won the mixed doubles back in 2009. That was with Mahesh Bhupati, and this happens to be her last gig as far as Grand Slam titles, Grand Slam events are concerned, because she's made it very clear that in the month of February she'll be hanging her boots, and so this was her last dance as far as the Grand Slams are concerned. But yes, of course, she'll be very happy with what she's achieved over all these years. About 18 years or so is what she's played tennis at the highest level, and she's had a glittering career, needless to say, with 6 Grand Slam wins, of course, coming across competitions, and she has already won the Australian Open once back in 2009 with Mahesh Bhupati, but not quite able to replicate her 2009 feat today at the Rod Laver Arena where the match was being played. 7-6, 6-2 is what the score line read, and that's how things ended. For those of you joining us right now, it was in the first set that India did manage to establish some sort of a lead, but then conceded ground to the Brazilian duo. And in the second set, the Brazilian duo just grew in confidence. The Indians were just a little sloppy, and 6-2 is how the second set ended. For now, that's all the update that we have. We'll be coming up with the morning wrap very soon here on Sports Today, as we always do, and right through the day as well. Lots of action coming up, so stay tuned to Sports Today. For now, my name is Harshit Ahuja. Thank you so much for watching this video.